Welcome back to Full Drive Adventure Crew. My name is Voss, and today we're gonna starting assembling my motor. I got my pistons, I got my cam, I got my bearings, so everything we have to be able to build this stroker motor. So as in the previous video I saw that I did crack a piston, and so I ordered some replacement aftermarket. And the cool thing about the aftermarket is they already reinforced in the areas where normally your stock pistons crack, and these are a lot stronger in this area, so we'll see. I never had problem with this brand, D&J. They've been good, so we'll see. I got center cross pins in the freezer since last night. So today we're gonna throw the rods on the grill, get them up to 400 degrees, 500 degrees, and then we'll be able to slide the pins into the center and line them up, make sure that they are sitting just like the OEM used to be. So we'll get onto that next. All right, we've got the grill fired up. I'm gonna cook these awesome rods to about well done, and then we'll start getting the pistons on. All right, it's been cooking for a good 10 minutes. And I think it's well done. Well done, I think. We got the pistons all set up. We adjusted them on the press a little bit to make sure the pin is in the center. So next thing what we're gonna do is we got the new bearings, and I need to verify that we have good tolerances. So I'm gonna use some plastic gauge, and I'm gonna put all these new bearings into the caps, set them up, and make it good to go. Put a plastic gauge in the center of the journal, so you can read it off later. All right, tang to tang. And we're gonna have to torque these to their full torque spec. So we have to go all the way to 80 foot-pounds on the torque side of things, in order for us to test, make sure our tolerances are correct. So we're going to slowly engage it. Okay, we got it to torque spec. And you get these imprints, and then you measure the imprint against your little chart on the plastic gauge paper. So we should be anywhere between 0.1 and 0.25. So we are roughly, yeah, we are 0.3. 0.2 is, yeah, so I think we're close to 0.2. So that's pretty good. Okay, we got all the journals tested. We're good to go. And right now I'm going to pull the crank out and lube all the bearings on the bottom. And then we're going to lube the bearings on top and get it finalized in here. Going to use assembly lube to get this thing assembled until we have oil pressure. right before we're going to put the motor in, we're going to prime the oil pump and get it all lubed up. Because after we start this thing with the new cam, we have to run this thing for like 20 minutes to break in the cam. And that's going to require us make sure we have good oil pressure and everything else. So alright, we'll get to set the crank back in. Nice. No loud noises, meaning we're riding on the lube. Just gotta lube up the other side and start getting it assembled. Got my new cam in, and the lobes on the new cam are steeper and skinnier. So this thing's gonna look pretty good. So it's supposed to match this head, because this head does have dual spring, so it requires a little bit more force to ride, and that's where these lobes are higher, so they're gonna push a little more open duration and should make airflow a lot better. I did get a big chain kit for the new engine. It actually came with the 4.2 block, and you can see the difference in the sprockets, and I'm going to show you the difference in chains right now. So this is a standard chain, and this is the big chain kit, just to show you the difference between the spokes, sprockets, and thickness of the chain. So that's what we were putting on our cam. Is we're gonna be using the big chain kit that came with it, because it is for these blocks. So we're just gonna throw it on there and see how it spins. All right, big chain kit is on, and this nut, this bolt is torqued. So all we got left is put all the pistons in, and then we're gonna throw the head on and start the assembly. We got a couple days before we're going to be putting the lifters in the motor. So I got this VR1 from Valvoline. That's what I've been running in my Jeep because it has high zinc content. So we've been putting lifters here for a couple days to soak, and then we'll get them out and throw them in the motor. In the middle of this engine assembly, me with the family went out to north coast of California to enjoy a little bit of camping out by the ocean, to enjoy some quality time and some nice cool weather. Well, the big chain kit is in. It has plenty of clearance in there. Cam is in, lubed completely. All the internals are in, so we're about to put oil pan and seal this motor up. All right, the oil pan is in. I'm just gonna do a few rotations, make sure the crankshaft's not hitting the oil pan anywhere. All right, so these cranks don't accept this girdle, so you can't put that in with the strokers. So it's all right. It ran good on other Jeeps. It will run good on this Jeeps. What do you guys think about the red on this block with the aluminum head? We're gonna prime the motor. I want to make sure that we're getting oil on top. So I got this screwdriver straight into the oil pump. We got 5 quarts. I got an oil filter. So let's see if we're gonna get any oil. Oh, look at that. We got oil pumping up. Ooh. Look at that. Lifters are filling up. The whole system is full of oil. Now we can put it in the car and fire it up. Installing intake off the motor, motor's out, is a lot easier than trying to do it on the car because it's really hard to get to the bottom bolts. Even though I did some mods by cutting out the clearances so you can see the bolts and everything, unlike this intake here, you see how it's all closed off, kind of designed for dissipating the heat. But it makes it a lot harder to see the bolts that are down there, and in my case I'll be able to see the bolts right there. So that's another mod you can do. But then I have the fuel rail wrapped, and I haven't had much issues with intake being too hot or whatever, so there's a lot more clearance here for the air to escape and not keep the heat in. Well, I had this nice fancy little oil cap on here that said 4.0 on it. Now I need to get one that says 4.6 on it. Darn it, more expenses. Out with the old chainesium. See, it's starting to get ripped. I'm gonna put new chainesium in there. Everything at the auto parts store is chainesium nowadays, especially for a 25-year-old vehicle.
camera died, but we got the motor in. Now I just got to attach the transmission, put everything back the way we took it all off, and fire it up, see how it goes. See you then. Bye. Just got the Jeep started. Now we're gonna do the break-in process and keep an eye on everything else outside. All the gauges looking good. Oil pressure is staying stable. We're about 5 minutes away from letting it cool off, and we'll do the oil change. All right, gave it a good wash. I'm gonna let it dry and finish assembling the front end. We'll do the oil change and take it for a spin. Runs pretty good. When you have 37-inch tires, it's really hard to tell if you have a lot more horsepower or you don't. But it was spinning tires in the shop, so that means it's a little bit more powerful. Before it would never spin them. All crew chief is back together in one piece. Means we're gonna be going out off-roading here shortly. No leaks, no rear main leaks. Everything's happy. All right, Jeep is done, ready for some off-road trips. So hopefully we'll be able to squeeze a trip or two before the school starts for the kids. So we'll see you on the next adventure.